Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of our Certified Supplier Initiative Pinghu Factory Tour. I will be your host, Darnell. Now, Certified Supplier Initiative was launched by China Toy and Juvenile Products Association. We are here to evaluate toy manufacturers, toy companies based from our 5 criteria. These are product safety, safety assurance, specified standards, self-export capability, and of course, social responsibility. Now, I am here in Pinghu. It is actually in Zhejiang province. It is actually a hub of more than 300 factories, suppliers, service providers of toys, ride-on cars, bikes and tricycles and all such similar things. Now, this little city over here is actually a revenue generator. It generates about $3 billion per year annually. Now, I'm here today at a factory called Xiao Ming Xing Children's Products Company Limited. We're going to be looking into all their workshops and everything about it. So if you're interested, I want you to stick around, all right? So let's go and check it out. So let me give you a little bit of an introduction about Xiao Ming Xing Children's Products Company Limited. Now, the company was actually established in 2013. It's been a while, huh? But also, this factory is actually located in Baby City, Xinjiang Town, Pinghu City, Zhejiang Province. Now, this factory is actually close, all right? Really close to Shanghai. It's only about 5 kilometers away. And it is really close to main expressway and ports. That means if you want them to be your supplier, the logistics part, it's really accessible. It's kind of like an advantage if you think about it. Now, they actually specialize in electric baby carriages, and they have their research and development team or offices in Taizhou and in Shanghai. Now, the factory's area is about 15,000 square meters. So without further ado, I want to show you what we have here. So it is Xiao Ming Xing Children's Products Company Limited. Let's go check them out. All right, so I'm in, obviously, because you see a lot of wires, okay? I'm in one of their facilities or workshop, which is the ones that are in charge with all the electric wiring, because what we're talking about here are ride-on cars, battery-operated cars. So we need reliable, clean, quality wiring, right? So they invested in several of these, and they are actually automated. So you see, if you have something like this, it's being done by specific machines. Now, what I have here is actually a cutting and a terminal wire machine. So what it does basically, it cuts specific parts, and it includes the terminals as well. It is the same, pretty much the same, all right? And I can see some quality inspections here, and this thing specifically does it. Everything looks exactly identical and the same. So really accurate. Like for example, for this one, all right? And this is a pretty cool thing too. So this one is an automatic cutting and terminal machine, which means it will cut the wire and then install the terminals as well. And it has its own, what do you call this? It has its own mechanism that makes things faster. Imagine if you do this manually, it's gonna take forever and there could be errors, but this machine, it doesn't. Wow, that's actually pretty cool. Let's move over there. So we have like all these raw wires, all right? And they're gonna be cut. They're gonna be measured, cut precisely. They're gonna be peeled, ready for the terminal to be connected. So all these machines do it as well. And all those single wires with a terminal, actually, they will also be assembled as a group of wires. Now, collectively, they will be grouped into something like this, right? So that's like a lot of bunch of wires. They all serve their own purpose, which I'll share later on. So she receives all these, all right, and then ready to be assembled. And I'm gonna show you this one. Like for example, this set of wires, all right, they got shrink wrap wires already. Yeah, cool. So all these terminals will get into all these ride-on cars. This is like a set, a done set already. So all this bunch of wires were cut, all the terminals were all installed. So when it goes to the assembly line, they just plug and play basically, right? So these also do it as well. Special machines, wow. super new terminal machines. Okay, anyway, let's move over there. I want to show you more things here. Now here, actually, what we have here is, what do you call this? It's the whole line. So it's kind of like manual-ish still, traditional manual stuff. So actually they assemble everything here. So she has all these plugs, all these wires that came out from the terminal and wire cutting machine, from those machines previously, actually will land here. And they have all the designated color-coded wires, which will be then installed, and it's gonna look like this, because this one is specifically for the main wire, the main wiring of all the ride-on cars. This one connects to the, what do you call this? The higher voltage or power that's gonna be flowing through these thick wires. Thicker wire means it takes more power. So these actually are connected to power on the wheels, right? And then we have smaller ones such as this one, which are responsible for, let's say, the lights, right? The lights, the horns. And so you have all these small wires. All have shrink-wrapped lining and all these things for safety, of course. And it's pretty much the same with the whole line here. And so they also use safety, you know, shrink wraps and all these things. Yep. So they all serve different purposes, like this one. There you go. Collectively, this is what she actually did. Our friend over there. This is what she does. And of course, the rest of this production line, where they're all in charge of all the wirings and electrical wirings for all their ride-on cars. Okay, we are now in one of their assembly line, because they have several here. I have one on my left and another one on the other left. All right, so let's feature this one. So I have here an automatic assembly line. So basically, we have this conveyor, of course. All right, it comes with all these basic parts of the vehicle. Like this one is a door, right? So they assemble the exterior of these cars. Now these are already kind of pre-installed with the wiring. So if you follow me, let's go. And then on this part, our friend over here will add more wiring to the car. He will add some of the metal parts, the braces, and the chassis. All right, let's move here. Because this one goes like a loop, all right? And then, they don't have anybody here, but basically, all these small parts will gonna be installed as it goes through the assembly line. Remember, earlier on, I think earlier or maybe after this video, we showed, or we are gonna be seeing, is how these things are actually assembled and made. Now, we have our friend over here, all right? He's kind of mobilizing and moving some of the other parts that will go with this car. And on this part, so from the start, it will go like a little U-turn, all right? Now this is the second side of this same assembly line. So basically, all these parts are gonna be installed on the chassis or the casing of this vehicle, right? Or this ride-on car, electric ride-on car. So it's gonna be adding more parts. And we're talking about the LED lights and all these things. Now, as you can see, it's coming to life. It's starting to look like a real car. So you'll see that some of the parts have been added already. We have the suspension, we have some of the lights, we have some of the wirings already installed, all right? And as we move further, our friend over here is gonna be installing some of the hood and all that stuff. He has a bunch of screws here. So basically, he's gonna install this one, this part of the ATV. It's gonna be the hood, or the hood. Okay, he also is gonna be installing the batteries that will come with this ATV model. And after that, he double inspects, checks everything, if everything is kind of looking okay. And then he's gonna pass it out to our friends over here. They start installing. Okay, I have actually here suspensions. They're pretty cool. Okay, I want you to check it out. Look at that, this is for the ATV. So the suspension and all these things are gonna be installed. And what else? Okay, here. So pretty much everything that I mentioned early in this video. So the battery was installed, everything was installed. You got the hood, you got the suspension already installed. Pretty much it's starting to look like an ATV, right? And then put a little bit more accent she's gonna be installing all these stickers that says CE, right? They see pass stickers, and all these stickers that go around with the car. And she's gonna be sticking some of them. There you go. So she's gonna be taking some of the stickers. She's gonna be sticking it on the car, so to beautify the car, right? Now, aside from that, we have our friend over here who's actually connecting some of the wirings already. As you can see now, it has lights, and it's gonna be making sure that everything is corrected. Now, this is actually their inspection area. We have here our quality inspector. He is highly qualified to do this job. He checks for all the wires. He checks for all the lights, if all are working. He's gonna be checking the audio or the sound effects. He's gonna be checking all these different buttons, right? He's actually checking it right now. As you can see, this one starts moving because he's checking it if it's actually functioning well. He double checks everything, and everything seems to be A-okay. Now, once everything is okay and working perfectly fine, he's gonna set it here. He's gonna leave it here. Actually, this is the part, the packaging part, where the semi-finished product, all right, is gonna be packed. Now, if you notice, why does it, it doesn't have any wheels yet, or the steering wheel? Well, these other parts are actually gonna be installed by the customers with specific instructions on how to do it. But basically, this is for the purpose of, logistics for packaging. We're gonna be transporting the vehicle. So they want to make sure, of course, that everything stays intact. So they're not going to be installing the wheels yet, right? They're going to be packed and boxed with the wheels inside the box as well. It happens to any kind of right-on car manufacturers. That's how they actually do it. All right. So these wheels will not be installed. They will be included in the box. And this is a really nice one. Wow. It's EUV material or something. So I want you to follow me. And now I'm here at the packaging part. So basically, it's a pretty huge box. He's going to tape it, right? Once he's done taping it, he's gonna put it or insert it in this machine, which will give it this nylon harness to further protect the box. He's gonna insert it here. It's gonna have this thing. It's too fast for the camera. There you go. And another one. All right, to further secure the product inside the box. And now this box is gonna be into another conveyor, all right, with the product and everything from the production assembly line. It will go through this conveyor. Now, here's the part, what I mentioned about the conveyor. So it goes through the conveyor. So this little baby is gonna be boxed already. That's a huge one. So it goes up, all right? It goes up in this conveyor. I love this part. I was checking it out early on. So it goes here. It's gonna wait its turn, all right? Everything's computerized. They have different sensors. So it actually goes, takes its turn, and then it's gonna move when it sees there's no traffic. So this conveyor, there you go, it moved. And this conveyor actually leads over there, up, and away. So it actually leads to the warehouse where it's gonna be stored. All right, so now we're in their warehouse, but everything is semi-automatic. Coming down below me is the assembly line, right? So it comes out, remember that conveyor? Here's what comes out. These boxes come out, okay? And our friends over here are actually gonna receive it. And of course, they're gonna be taking one ATV, put it in storage. There you go. They have all these different products that are going to be sorted. They go to different crates, and these crates will be stored accordingly in this warehouse. Now, not just this floor. Actually, there's another story over there. If you look over there, there's going to be another one. They have more, so they can actually raise this as well. So it goes up to another floor for their warehouse. There you go. All right, so as you can see, they have all these products in their warehouse. They can produce the demand required by the client or a customer. All right, but anyway, I think let's go to the next part of this program. So finally, we're in their showroom. We're at Xiao Ming Xing Children's Products Company Limited showroom, and I'm always excited whenever I'm in a factory showroom because I get to see all, or not, if not all, almost all their products. But before that, I know you're excited. So let me just mention this. All their designs have been applied with patents, national patents within China, and some of them are actually also outside China or overseas. Now they actually specialize in farmer cars or ride-on cars. They have licenses such as like Mercedes-Benz. They have all these different SUVs, ATVs, and all these kinds of ride-on cars. Now they actually export to countries more than I think 30 or more than 30 countries or regions around the world, and that includes also countries from the Middle East, South America, North America, and Southeast Asia. So they're pretty much around the world. Now, they have this specific product that's actually their design, which I'm going to be featuring in a bit. They passed all different sorts of testing reports, which means they send these products to third-party labs for testing, and that includes for the EN71 and ASTM certifications or test reports. Also, they have CE certifications. That's why they have the EN71 and the F963 or ASTM F963. So it means if you're from the US or North America or from Europe, all their products actually have passed all these certifications or standards. Now, down to the final part, or the actual highlight of this showroom section of our factory tour. So I have here, actually, it is a ride-on car, right? It's a battery operated ride-on car, but this is specifically a tractor, right? It's a tractor. It has its carriage at the back. Okay, you can connect and reconnect this. It also comes with a seat belt for safety for the kids, and of course, it's a make-believe tractor. How lucky are kids these days? Because I'm already like kind of in my 40s, mid 40s. We never had these when I was young, so I'm like a child right now. Getting back, so it has a nice feel and touch. I love how to say this, how this is actually solidly built, because we're going to be checking out later on their assembly line and other production lines later on how these things are made. So the tractor actually is battery operated, okay, rechargeable battery. It has several gear. Can you come over here? And I want you to look at this. So let me just focus on some of the highlights or features. So it has 2 gears, all right? It has the forward and a reverse, all right? It's kind of like the real automatic stick. That's pretty cool. So, it's battery operated. So here you have the accelerator, all right, to move it forward or backward. And of course, let me just switch it on. There you go. And it makes the sound, right? So it makes the sound like a real tractor. And so, it also comes with the volume controls for the sound effect. It comes with a USB port here if you want to play some music. It comes with like a baby squeak horn. And now that's classic. So you can steer this as well, all right? Accelerator, and here's the gear. And come over here at the back. The cool thing about it is it comes with this, this carriage. So basically, the cool thing about this is, for kids, for make-believe scenarios to play, right? So it actually sparks that creativity with kids. It also helps kids to improve their communication skills, because playing with these make-believe toys or simulation, actually with several kids, it makes it like an educational toy as well, if you think about it, right? So communication skills, there's so many things involved, not just because it's a nice ride-on toy. The benefits from having these as toys for kids is actually pretty cool, right? Because I'm a father myself. So let's go to the other featured product, and what I have here actually is a licensed product, all right? It's a licensed product by Mercedes-Benz, and now this one is special. It's kind of like old school but still new school because of that sleek design, and it's of course licensed by Mercedes-Benz. Now this is a go-kart, but a pedaled go-kart, so it fuses both classic, right? Classic design, because that was during my time. Go-karts back then, you have to pedal it. It's called manpower. So it's pretty cool because the benefit of having versus an electric or battery operated ride-on car, a pedaled go-kart actually promotes more, healthy wise, right? Because the kid has to pedal, right? Has to pedal this vehicle for it to move. So at least physically, right? It's so beneficial. Now it comes with, of course, the steering wheel, classic. It's really basic, okay? It's straightforward, and it's got this nice accents, Mercedes-Benz, and it has a metal frame, all right? Metal frame. And of course, here's the pedal. And the wheels have this EVA material because it's not solid plastic, it's EVA, and as you can see, I can press it. So it kind of absorbs some of that shock, right? Just like suspension. So it gives more comfort for the rider. It has all these safety measures as well. You got this nice seat belt. It's a classic design, but with a Mercedes-Benz touch, right? And it has horns. What do you know? I was surprised with that. It has horns as well. There you go. Now also, I can see here, these are the brakes, right? This is the brake. So boom, you got an emergency brake. Classic brake, look at that. All right. So this is a Mercedes-Benz go-kart, pedal go-kart. Pretty cool. So I want to share with you guys because we're talking about children's toys. We're talking about safety. We're talking about quality, right? So all these products that you see here are actually certified. They pass all these different standards for the European and the North American standards. That means they're export ready straight to your store, right? If you want them to be a supplier. Let me just highlight some of these. Actually, this factory is ISO 9001 certified. There you go, there's a copy. It says here, Xiao Ming Xing Children's Products Company Limited. It's awarded to them. So there's ISO 9001 certified, and then this is the BSCI, all right, BSCI certification. And then let me just move to the other one. I also have here their EN71 test report, all right. By the way, test reports are not for just the whole thing. Like every single one of them, they have to go through different test reports. So that was the EN71. We also have here the Astm F963 certification or test report. That means that's for the North American market. Another EN71, another Astm, because they have tons of these because each product have to go through different test reports or testing. All right, so one of the things that what they want to ensure is actually, just go ahead, yeah, is actually this drop test while they're in the package. There's a certain height that they actually have to raise the box and drop it. Just continue, yeah, continue. So they will drop this with different angles, different sides of the box, as you can see. And then it's gonna go on a different side again. This ensures that the product that's inside the box is actually protected with all this foam padding, because this actually simulates that the product is going to be transported to a place, probably in Europe, probably in America, it could be somewhere else. So it gets into the shipping, freight. So they want to test and ensure. So we're just doing a demo right now, but this is what it goes through with all the different products in the box. So this is actually a finished product inside it. So they go through it. They drop it on different sides and angles, and then they will open it. Of course, they do random checks for these as well. When they go to the warehouse, they pick up random boxes and check if everything's a-okay. So as you can see, the product actually survived the impact because it's all padded. You can see all the foam and everything that protects the product. There you go. All right, so anyway, let's go to the other facility. So I'm here right now, still at the showroom, and joining me is actually Summer, and she is the sales manager of Xiao Ming Xing. So hello, Summer.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, me too. And she's been showing us around. Her team actually are gracious enough and nice people who showed us around the factory, and I'm really, I've learned a lot from Summer. But I want to share a couple of insight about the company, and Summer here will help me out with that. So actually, I wanted to ask first, I kind of missed this part. So how long has Xiao Ming Xing been in the toy business?
9 years.
9 years.
Yeah, 9 years.
So this gives you expertise. I mean, for 9 years. So for 9 years, you have been making just
cars.
right on
yeah,
cars.
Yeah,
right
right on cars, some licensed cars and go cars. And some UTV, like some tractor. We have many kinds of the ride-on cars.
Wow.
Yeah, it's for different baby, like some maybe small children and maybe some
Bigger
younger
children, yeah.
bigger children, and a different year.
Yeah, because I can see if you've seen earlier on with our video, the showroom part, we featured some of their products. They even have a classic go-kart with a pedal. They even have a nice tractor that's better. So for 9 years, you have been producing, developing, designing all these different sorts of electric ride-on cars, yeah?
Yes.
So anyway, earlier I was chatting with Summer, and I want to share with you guys. So how do we, as you as a company, how do you guys ensure like quality and safety of your products? Can you share more of that?
Okay. First, we have the professional engineer. They have engaged for ride-on cars about 7 years.
7 years.
Yeah,
These
7
engineers.
years. Yeah,
Wow.
7 years, and they know how to make the product more safety. And also we have the good management for each department. For our target, we always for the children, for children's happiness and for children's health.
Yeah, actually it makes sense. You said happiness, okay, it's a nice ride-on car with these nice sound effects. It looks like the real thing. And then you said happiness and also health, right? Because
health means the materials for the products.
Health, safety.
And make it more peace. And also we use all the machine inside, like batteries and the receivers and the remote controls. All will be passed the
test
test.
So
each part.
So when you mention tests, so what are the tests that usually all these cars have passed?
For products, we have passed the EN test report and the CE and the ASTM 963. And the EMC for each item.
For
all the cars, we have all the test reports.
So you mentioned like EN. EN is for Europe. And then
Europe.
ASTM is for America.
USA,
So basically, if you're a customer or if you're a client and you want them to be your supplier, Xiao Ming Xing, basically they're expert ready because they have passed all these European, American standards, right?
Yes.
And also, what about this factory? Is it's certified ISO?
Certified.
It's ISO 901?
We already have the certificate for the ISO 9001 quality system. And also we have passed the BSCI audit for each year.
Every year you have to renew that, right?
Every year, because we have supplied to the Walmart market and Costco market.
Okay, speaking of that, so you mentioned you also supplied and cooperated with big brands. When I say big brands, these are brands that have existed for so long, like Walmart and Costco.
We already entered for them 3 years.
So 3 years cooperating with Walmart and Costco.
Yes, 3 years.
Wow, that means reputation, because Walmart and Costco wouldn't just work or cooperate with a company if quality is not met, right?
Yes.
But anyway, so aside from that, I guess because we're kind of running out of time and I think we have to go. I'm afraid we have to go. I know a lot of you guys are enjoying these videos, but I'd like to thank you in advance for patronizing and watching all these amazing factory tours. Especially now we're here in Xiao Ming Xing.
Xiao Ming Xing.
I'm kind of struggling with Chinese words, but Summer was helping me out earlier on how to pronounce the company, Xiao Ming Xing.
Xiao Ming Xing, yes.
All right, remember that, Xiao Ming Xing. But if you want to contact Xiao Ming Xing, you can actually contact them directly, or you can actually reach out to CTJPA as well, to us, all right? But so I'm afraid we have to go, and that's all the time I have left for you today. I want to say goodbye, and thank you again, Summer.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you for everything. So for now, goodbye, guys. Bye. Say bye.